Hey guys, welcome to my session. First things first, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all. Hope you've had a great holiday. Work starts next week, so hopefully you've had a great break and we're ready to kick into year 2024. Alright, so let's kick into it. Let's do it. So this is my admin page, eagerly wanting, majorly hesitating. So, I've had such a good holiday, I didn't really want to go back and do some more sessions straight away. But yeah, it's just got to get back into the routine of things, work as well. What we got? Personal state. I'm just labeling everything that I'm touching, feeling at the moment for the session, and hopefully that will sort itself out. Emotionally, I just want to get on with the session. I've had a great rest over this holiday, so let's see what happens. Got my doodle, finish it off later, and on that note, let's kick into it. All right. Let's do it. 6.
Hi guys, it is Jamie here. I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you guys, and hopefully you've had a good Christmas too. Time to start the sessions back up and see where it goes. Alright, let's kick into it.
Just have to do that again, so let's do this again. For some reason I just felt like doing this, so let's trace. I'm feeling some movement in my hand already. Some cold flows in my right hand. Feeling some coldness on my legs and my left arm. Really cold here on my left arm. Let's go up and see if it changes. Really cold left arm. So this is definitely one by itself. Let's move to my feet. It's another one by itself. That's another one. All right. So you got that's one, and I think this will be 2. This whole big edge to through. That's 3, and this is 2. All right. Cold temps on left arm. Movement. Structure. Right. Hand / arm. Cold flows around feet. Those are the major ones.
So this is Petra. I've been here once before myself around the beginning of the 2000s. Lost the camera there, but it is a beautiful place. It is miles long. The walk up to the monastery is massive. You're going up a massive hill. You don't know when it's going to end. The treasury is awesome. When you get up into that building or the front of that building, it's just a big giant square on the inside. But the outside is so ornate and detailed. It's beautiful. And the main street, when you're walking along the main street, you just see these carved buildings in the side of mountains and stuff. It's just amazing. Love to go back there again now that I know what I know.
Tips.
And who wouldn't want to try and do a remote viewing session in that space too? But luckily with RV you don't have to. And yeah, so enjoy the session, enjoy the pictures. We'll see how I go, and we'll go from there.
Scene. Yeah, the third one felt like it was the 2, but way back. Like it, 2 turned into like a small thing, and this was bigger than the 2. So it felt like a scene, landscape type scenario with 2 in the middle of it. So let's do sense. And let's see if we can find out things. Alright. We have touch 1. Structure. So for my arm, it just feels like it's stuck, like it's like a wall, protection, shielding, or just being inside something. Hand structure, hard structure. Now the other feeling I felt was that my body felt heavy, still built, structural as well. Hard structural felt. In arms, protect, wall, not sure, it's just solid, heavy, strong, wall-like. Okay. Felt like structure, heavy, solid, dense, and chest, body. So I could feel that in my body, and it's linked to this guy, connected to arm. Okay, leave it at that. Let's go on to the next one.
So this first building is the treasury. It's the first building that you come to in Petra after you come through a winding pathway through some high cliffs and rock formations and stuff. So it's like a pathway through all that. But then it opens up into this beautiful building. So I believe this impression could be.
Okay, so arms feel surface of arms feel wet, moist, slippery, like a surface coated in cold water feeling. So it's only on the surface of the skin, it's not It's not inside the object. I can only feel it on the surface of my skin. Surface of skin, not inside. So it's basically like a textural temperature feeling. It just feels like super cold. Well, my arms are getting goosebumps. PR goosebumps. Usually when that happens, it's like really cold. Oh, ice, snow, AOLs. Okay. Touch 3. Let's go up here. Wow, that feels real heavy. Let's try and draw it. So that's me sitting in my chair at the desk. Now, what I feel. Okay, so head, arms, head, arms. Oh man, feel super heavy, dense. Head feels heavy, weighted, heavily weighted down. Head feels heavy. It's just areas of the weight along my arms. Just feels really heavy, so we're probably talking about some really heavy structure here. Who knows? I'm only just guessing, but let's continue on. Touch 3, so next one is texture 1. Let's just be honest, let the feelings come in and just record what you feel. Texture 1. Feels really weird. Let's try that again. It's weird. Let's just describe it. Okay. Feeling a bit sweaty, nervous. I don't know. Tingly arms, movement. Another word that jumped to mind was sort of busy on the arms, like the tingling. Busy arms. Another word that jumped up to mind was bushy. The only reason it jumped up to mind was these tingling bits seem small and sensitive, but I don't really know what could be causing it, right? But it just feels like small and moving, sort of like something in the wind, or just feels like buzzing bees sort of thing. It's sort of like it's just a whole lot of buzzy in your arms, and you know these movements, but there's just you can't articulate the small movements. You can only articulate it as one big giant sort of shape or something. That's the closest I can sort of come to that. So I've got these bundles of movement in my arm. It'd be interesting to find out what that is. It did feel nervous. This is an emotion, which is pretty strange. I don't feel nervous in a session, but I feel nerves keep popping in. So let's try one more. It does feel cold on surface of arms. So my legs, if I draw a simple drawing of my legs, so along my feet I get sort of cold patches on the shins, on my feet, but just cold bits, spots, nothing drastic, but I did notice it on my legs as well. Next, text 2. It's interesting. So my legs are like this on the ground. Got my butt, legs, foot, knees, legs, crotch, blah blah blah. So when I texture to that, it's like flows around your feet. It's like a cold wind lapping at your foot, just keeping a certain level. Cold flows around feet. Cold flows around feet. Now the image I had was 2 sticks sticking in the ground, and things were like splashing up on them. Now, this was just a flash, so hey, if it's a flash, draw it anyway.
So this impression for texture 2 was the flood-related type impressions, or insights I like to call them. I had to look up on the internet to see would there be any sort of flooding type activity that happens in Petra, and yes, it does. They've had some accidents in the past, and just with the nature of flash flooding and things of that nature, the rock formations in the valleys that Petra is in seems to be quite ideal for those flash flooding situations. So I had a look on Google, and it said that in 1963, when 22 French tourists and local guide were killed by rapidly rising waters. So I don't know if I clicked onto that or what, but I have gotten some flow type impressions come through on this. So whatever you get, you record, and try and look for a reasonable explanation as to why you're getting these impressions, because it matters, right? Anyway, enjoy that, and let's carry on.
So I felt the flows. So my legs, my shins were on the ground. The first impressions I got were the legs first, which were flow, breeze, and just, you can feel it. Direction on the feet. Cold flow felt on the feet. On arms, it feels like the flow's going that way, and it's flowing over the arm. So there looks like a bit of redirection of energy on this site where that seems to be happening. I feel the coolness sort of hit the arm and then flow over. It feels like it flows over it, sort of, you get those breezes, those flows. Texture 3. Cool on back of legs. Flows over arm. Cool. Let's do the next one. Number 3.
So those Petra impressions were pretty interesting, just simply for the fact that, so these impressions of flows going over feet and arms or whatever could be from the floods. It's wishful thinking, but let's go on with the rest of the session, because we've got some more sort of flow sort of impressions coming through soon. But very surprised with the Petra flooding. I didn't think there would be any water, and I was quite surprised when I found out that it was Petra, because when I went, there wasn't any water around. It was dry, hot and barren. And then 2 seconds on Google, flash flooding, people died, or tourists getting washed away. Very surprising indeed. Don't know if the impressions are from that, we just don't know, but that seems to be quite attractive to the session that I brought them up. So let's see what happens next.
flows, felt on calves, muscles. Right. Oh, sorry. Flows through legs, direction. Cold surface of arm. Cool back. Felt. Tip 2. So I can feel. Feel moisture on head. Sweat like. Just open up the window. Oh, that's fresh air. Okay. Sweaty lower back. Cold spots on back. Looks like a big one on the big cold spot. Left side of back. Okay, let's go tip 3. So felt wet like structure across back, upper back. Very structural right arm and probe as well. It's like the structure of the back is sort of, Anyway, let's try not to explain it, just describe it. Cold surface, skin, felt. Surface, skin, felt, weight. Almost. So super cold could be super hot, like flames and stuff. We only, for me, temperature differences are felt, not the actual temperature most times. It's like if you're remote viewing a plane's going over, but if you're remote viewing a fire, you can feel the different temperatures inside the fire. It's not just all hot. There's hot and cold. There's a lot of movement and that sort of stuff. So just describe, and you'll get better at describing things eventually, rather than just hopping to a conclusion or a determination of what that impression might be. Just even if it doesn't feel right and you don't know any other words, just write it down. Write it down amongst many other words as well, and they'll eventually become and feel right for that. For the meaning will become more evident to you. That's how it feels to me. It's like, even if I've got a basic vocabulary, put the basics down. If 10 words can equal one very complicated word, put the 10 basic words down. Just keep it basic. It will get better. Temp 3. So after temp, colour. Let's do it. Colour 1. So on this one, just give you a lowdown. I probe the ideogram that I've chosen for 1, close my eyes, and then I'll watch the colours sort of appear. When I probe, I let a certain amount of time pass before I start counting the colours. But the colours that weren't there when I started the probe and then become live and vibrant, those are the colours that you want. And even if they disappear, put them down. So let's do this. Colours. I've got green, I've got spots of blue, I've got whites and light blues, I've got darks, looks like I've got browns. Okay, so let's start. Browns, darks and brights, bright blues, silvers almost, greens, that was the first colour that popped up, and spots, blue spots, dark blue spots, ocean blue spots, and a bit of warm colours in there. So let's go colour 2. Let's do it. Alright, greens and yellows, bright blues coming through, spots blues, bright and darks, yellows, greens, reds. Darks and lights, or brights, darks and brights, or darks and lights, blue, spots, and lines. Colour 3. Got blue, green, dark. Blue, green, dark, browns. Blue, green, dark and brights, browns, some yellows. 3. Let's go for number 4. Session 61115. Colour 3, so it smells 1. Let's see what the sense of smell can bring up. So with smell, I breathe all my breath out, and then I just slowly breathe in through my nose and just allow anything that comes in through that sense, or any other senses really, and whatever comes in we record it. Let's do it. So there's stresses on my left side of the head, feels pressure. Sort of like I'm standing next to a big gigantic wall on one side and I can feel the presence, like it's like feeling the presence. Physical of a large object on the left side of target. Alright. That's what that feels anyway. So smell, let's do it again. smell. Many smells. Busy. Smells like others. So others. Don't know what others is. I can't pick it out if it's humans or fish or whatever other it is. But there's others. So we'll stick with that. Smell. 2. We've got some bloody bell going off. I'm going to close the window again. Alright, got that beeping horn. Somebody's car broke down. Anyway, let's get on with it. Alright, let's get on with it. Smell of 2. Okay. Here we go. No. After dealing with that bloody horn. That smells like food. Something sweet. Food. Unless that's coming in through the window. Even if it is recorded down. Subtle. Oh, scent. Back of nose smell. Detection. When I say back of nose, it's sort of like it's not the upfront smell that you hit, it's like the back end of that smell where it hits the back, like menthol. You can sort of smell menthol and you smell it at the back of the nose, not at the front. That's what it smells like. There's a back of the nose, it's detection or smell. I'll be interested to find out what that smell is. I smell warmth. like a warm day. Breathe. Easy. It feels like outside. Oh, when I feel the outside, it feels like I'm outside. Like you relax, the body relaxes when you breathe in. It feels like you can take and you want to take in a lot of air in your breath, like you're deep breathing. It's warm, it's comfortable, and that's how I get my outside. Like breathe easy, warm day. You just go with it. Basically, just go with it. Smell. 3. Leather, boots, leather smell. It's like outside work. Outside working hard. Enjoy the sun. It's like summer. Feels like summer. Here. 1. Like face close to something. Feel presence. Next to face. Left side. Structure, maybe, don't know. Okay, number 5. Precision. Here. 2. structure. Now if I move my head up, all this gets real pressury. So moving head up, move up head. Top of head feels pressure and structure-like.
Alright, the picture in the bottom is called the Monastery. The picture on top of that monastery is actually the top of the monastery. You can actually walk up the side. You can see on the left side of that photograph, you can make it to the top.
So move that up, feels more pressure, more structure-like. Maybe it's structural. Here, 3. Oh well. Lighthouse. Put that away. Number 3. Side of head. Structure felt. Now this feels like it's on my eye, and if the action of my eye feels like it's squinting. So I don't know what that means, but it feels like it's tight together on that side. Then it just sort of snakes around my jaw, my cheekbone, and around here. So it feels like a structure. So it'd be interesting to find out what that squinting and structure actually is. Is it close to the target? Is it not? No. The other side just feels fixed. I don't feel any separate sort of structures like I do on the left side, but the right side, it just feels like fixed structure. I don't feel any differentials or any deviances or deviations from that structure at all, but this just feels fixed, flat and static. So the structure could come across, I'm not sure. It'd be interesting to find out if it's just emphasizing something, but it just feels like all this is very much structural. See how that goes. Let's do join. So if you don't remember, join is the emotional connection that we try and establish with the Ideogram, or any emotions on the site at all. So this will give you practice on trying to retrieve those types of impressions going forward. Because if you don't practice it, how are you supposed to learn it if you don't know what you're doing? So let's do it. Join. I feel high anxiety. Oof. Sort of highly anxious. feels like my body is lifting. Feels like my body is lifting, and emotions going with it. See what else we can find. Skin feels tingly excited. Anticipation. Maybe. It just feels like I'm excited that something's about to happen. Just when I probe joint one, it's just like all that anxiety comes to the surface of my skin. Yep. Highly anxious, floating to the surface when probing. Joint 2. See what this one brings up. Anything relevant? Body feels like it's floating, lifted, arms feel tingly, words rising, floating, up, excited, tingling. Let's go. Number 6. Join 3. What else? What other feelings are we getting? Feet light. Lifting, lifted, elevated. It's just that rise of excitement. Even the feet that feels lifted, rising excitement. Sorry about the phone. Okay. Let's do snapshots. Number one. Shapes, overlapping, structure, building, landscape, sort of looks like a roof, but you just see layers of these things. So it can be structures, one across each other or on top of each other. You just never know. Let's do it. Number two. Shapes. Conglomeration. Number three.
So basically, I think this was sort of a mountain range for me, and it had like the valleys and the sides of the mountain coming down the side. And at the bottom I was sort of seeing a few cliffs or something, and maybe, I don't know, I don't know if it was water after that or if it was sand, but yeah, just the basics of sort of like a hill.
Shapes. Yeah, I don't know, it looks like a volcano or something, I don't know, but there's like all these lines seem to be going to this one point, and a lot of hills and landscapes, sort of shapes coming through, but you just can't tell. It'd be really good to get to the end of this one. Alright, so we've got 6 pages, We've got a couple of matrix pages to go, and then that session is finished. Let's do it. Okay, so sensor rules. So my feet are feeling like 2 sticks in the ground, and I've got all this flow happening around me. And that flow, this is just a disturbance when the flow hits my leg and just trails off behind my leg. I can feel cold, like streaming off the back of my legs. Cold cold flow from behind legs. Okay, another one.
So this to me is more flooding that happened in Petra. I was actually very surprised to find out that it flooded, but it didn't. It did make a lot of sense as to why it did. It just felt like flows were rushing past. I could feel water going past my shins, or cold flows, as I like to put it, and I could feel the wash come off the back of my feet. I could feel the vacuuming, the vortices and all that sort of rubbish. But yeah, it was very interesting.
Cold arm.
Even the cold arm, this one here,
Not cold.
I could even feel my feet. They felt like they were stuck in the ground.
Any other sense?
Just very, very cemented in the ground. I couldn't move type situation. It felt really unusual. But yeah, it's all part of sensorals.
Feet feel stuck in ground. Okay, next we've got magnitude. Magnitude. Whew, this feels tight all around. Just feels closed in, so maybe it's a room. It just feels like emitting sides or contained. I don't feel a lot of energy being released outside of it. Contained. We'll see how it goes, if I hit it or not. It just feels contained. That's the word that comes up. Maybe something's contained in the photo, who knows? Next one, topological. Topological. That's shapes. For some reason I got a curved curve. I feel a curve in my face. It's really weird. It just feels like it's going out. So if my face was here, that'd be my nose. It just feels like a curve. There's a shape I can feel. Shape. Curve. Or beak. Or out. Or protruding. A beak. A slide. Beak. Slide. Protruding. All different ways of saying out that way. Structure from a face. Energetic. Energetic. energy is just these two arms and this head. I can feel those the most. So the words coming up is energetic, tingly, movement, energy, arms, head. There's a real focal point on the head. I feel the anxiety and everything as well. Anxious in body parts. Now it could be skydiving for all we know. You know, your face and arms are just in the moment, and you're moving and shaking and that sort of thing. I'll put that down. AOL. God, David. They just popped in there. That means nothing. Sorry, did I disturb that? Let's move to the next one. Six. That's number 7. Matrix. 8. 6. 1 1 1 5. Subjectives. You know what it feels like? I feel the anxiety. It feels like anxiety, but what I visually sort of make it look like is, it feels like these are big puffy balloons in my arms, big puffy balloons, and my head is like big puffy, and my body's big puffy. It's a whole body. Feels weightless, anxious, arms, head, body, legs, anxious. So yeah, it just feels like everything's inflated and we're floating somewhere. Floating body. Anyway, anxiety, subjectives. What's next? Physical. Alright. Let's see what we feel. So there's cold, flows. Here is a line of some description. Cold temps. There. Feel some major structures there. Cold flows, cold flows. Some more stuff down here. So these are the main structures that I'm feeling in this physical sort of. Some big, long, strong, some cold spots, and some usual stuff. So I'll just put that for now. I don't have to be too accurate, just enough to get the feeling really. Para. Let's do para. Paraphysicals, everything bar the physical. Just some cool flows observed when paraphysical was probed. Number 8's done. Number 9, matrix. 6, 1, 1, 1, 5. Paraphysical, we got concepts, so let's go to concepts. So here we go. Excitement. Structure across eyes. Concept. What else? Symbolic. Alright. Let's see what my mind brings back as a symbolic of this target. So I'm not sure, the box wasn't there, but it's this convergence. I can feel the convergence there. So symbolically, that's what it looks like. Anyway, be interesting to see what the target looks like, why it's coming up with that. Personal responses, so goosebumps. And I got a bit of, that's about it. Anxiety, sweat, minor, bitter sweat, minor. Hot on forehead. So I felt hot. So either that was nerves or something, I don't know. But you know what? Let's get with the visuals. So visuals. Let's go with visual 1. Show me. Is that a wall, building, structure? I don't know. Don't know. Let's try another one. Let's go. 061115. Show me an image to draw that will look like the image of the picture or the target. That was weird. Okay, so I had something here, I had something going across there, and that was coming out of something over there. That was dark, and that was bright. There's this platform going across. Shape. Boom. Thank you, guys. We have finished first session for 2024. Thank you for joining me on this, guys. Thank you for watching. Happy New Year, and I hope 2024 goes really well for you guys. All right, have a good one. See you next session. Thanks. See ya.